Hello everyone, Ozymitsu here, and we're approaching the end of 2016 almost, which got me in a bit of a reflective mood looking back at how the year went. But then it also got me thinking about some really stupid things I thought about Pokemon, some which I did after I made parts 1 and 2 of my silly things I thought about Pokemon videos. If you want to check them out, click on the icon on the top right hand corner of your screen, but I've also left a link in the description below for your convenience, so please watch them in your own leisure. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have done some unthinkable stupid things which just can't be forgiven. Are you ready for part 3? No? Well, I'm gonna do it anyway, so let's get right into the... Why am I doing this? Just cue the music. Okay, I'll start with something that happened to me recently. Well, you know Dialga? The awesome legendary from Gen 4? Yeah, well, it has the signature move Roar of Time, right? You know, that move with a base power of 150, but it also makes the user recharge on the next turn? Yeah, I knew that. I actually knew that. Despite knowing on the next turn Dialga wouldn't be able to attack, I still went for Protect, thinking I was so smart because I'd set up an Aqua Ring with leftovers. At the time, it just made so much sense, but now I look back at it and think, what the hell was I thinking? Okie dokie, we're going back a little bit now. This was when I was about 12 or maybe even 13 years old. I was petrified of dark type Pokemon, mainly because of a move we all know as Knockoff. I for some reason thought whenever an NPC's Pokemon would use Knockoff on one of my Pokemon, they'd lose that item forever. I distinctively remember being hit by Knockoff once, and I deliberately didn't save because I thought it meant I lost my experience share forever. Yeah, I was pretty stupid. Another thing I really struggled getting my head around, like most kids did, were type matchups. Now, I wasn't too bad with the obvious ones like fire beating grass, grass beating water, and water beating fire. However, dual types used to really confuse me. I always assumed no matter what secondary typing a Pokemon had, if one of the types was weak to another type, that I needed to use that specific move on it to land a super effective hit. So, for example, Drapion is a poison dark type. I knew poison was weak to psychic, but I also knew dark was immune to psychic. However, that didn't stop me from trying to use psychic on Drapion. It didn't help when Pokemon with a scrappy ability were put into the equation, where they're able to hit ghost types with normal and fighting type moves. That just really confused me even further. I just couldn't get my head around abilities that would override immunities, or secondary typings overriding weaknesses. Speaking of which... this happened this year. Yes, 2016. I'm considered a grown adult at this point. I remember facing an Electabuzz in doubles with its ally being Greninja. I thought, great, I'll use a quick T-Bolt on Greninja, forgetting about Electabuzz's Lightning Rod ability. The T-Bolt was absorbed by it, making it essentially ineffective in battle. I for some reason shrugged it off and thought that it was some sort of error, so I used Thunderbolt a further 2 times, for the same thing to happen again and again. Each time becoming more and more puzzled as to what the heck was going on. I now know Lightning Rod attracts the electric move to the Pokemon with this ability, raising their special attack. Right, going back to the young Aussie days, I remember playing Fire Red, which meant, yes, I had played Gen 1 before. But for some reason, I remember resetting my games because I assumed Cinnabar Island's gym being closed was a Aussie, I can't hear you, what was that? A glitch. A what? It was a glitch! I thought it was a glitch! There, I said it! I thought Cinnabar Island's gym being closed was a glitch! So I restarted over and over and over again! Just leave me be. Going back to type matchups, I was convinced that if a certain type was immune to another, that those types of moves would be super effective hit on the other. So for example, ground type attacks would have no effect on flying types. This made me believe flying was super effective on ground types. The number of times I would use flying type moves on ground types thinking it would be a super effective hit was unbelievable. I mean, it could have been worse, but this used to really confuse me when I was younger. Going back to Gen 1, I was convinced Butterfree was a psychic type, and the only reason I thought that was because it learned confusion. The only thing that makes me feel better about this is that I wasn't on my own for thinking this. Right, this next one isn't so much a silly thing I used to think, it's something that is just so painfully stupid anyway. So, as some of you guys may know, I did my Pokemon Y Egglock. In order to challenge Clement's gym, you need to enter the elevator. This was my 3rd time playing X and Y. I didn't really replay it too much, but each time, I always seemed to forget how to enter the gym. I always made the mistake of entering and using each exit on each side before realizing I need to use the freaking elevator to progress. That didn't stop me from making the same mistake 3 times. Okie dokie. Do we have to challenge these people? No, we don't. I don't think it matters which way you enter from. Oh no, it does, it does, it does. Is it this way? No, I'm being dumb, alright? Okay.
3 days later.
Oh, okay. I know what I'm doing. Now it's that time again. I went to Twitter and checked some of my comments on my previous 2 videos where I asked you guys about some of your experiences with what kind of silly things you guys once thought about Pokemon, which I'll be sharing with you all so that you can laugh at yourself too. We all had our fair share of goofs, so hopefully these will make you feel a little bit better if you're a bit embarrassed about some of the stupid things you once thought. Again, I just want to say, it's sometimes good to laugh at yourself. We live in a world where we care too much about what others think. Hey, even I do. We should all accept we're only human and make silly mistakes from time to time. And I'm not only talking about Pokemon, I mean in life in general. The most important bit is learning from your mistakes and bettering yourself each time. And if I've made any of you feel a little bit better about silly things you once thought, or made you smile or even laugh a little bit, then I think I've done my job here. And on that note, if you did enjoy this video, please leave it a thumbs up as that'll really help me out, as well as subscribing to my channel so you never miss a video from me. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye! Yes, and it's locked into Outrage. It's locked into Outrage, so I actually get a free switch. See, in Gen 5, you could spam Outrage. It's not so overpowered in Gen 6, just in case I don't one-shot it. What? Mole Breaker.